Kelley Ford on your radio. We'll have him next week on Wednesday, or next 2 weeks on Wednesdays instead of Tuesdays due to other obligations he has. He's kind enough to give us some time today, 4:30 to 5. K Ford Ratings, KFordRatings.com. Kelley, welcome in, sir. What's going on?
Hey, Jake. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. How are you today?
We're doing good. Doing real good. All right. Figure we'd go college basketball first segment. We'll do a little bit of college football here in the second segment as we kind of wet our palate with some spring practice notes. Just get your thoughts on some other things there. But let's start first off with the Final Four. Let's go backwards, though. What was your biggest surprise? Is it the run entirely that North Carolina State has had? Is it, we talked about Alabama, and you mentioned Alabama at the very beginning. They had the type of team to do what they have done. Is it that run? Is it another team maybe going out, maybe in North Carolina, maybe Duke? What surprised you other than the four, prior to the four teams that we have now?
So the biggest surprise I had early in the tournament, Jake, was Auburn. I thought Auburn was a team by my numbers, and of course the run they went on in the SEC championship, that I gave them, outside of Houston, UConn, Purdue, Arizona, Auburn had the fifth best chance to win the national championship by my numbers coming into the tournament, 7%. So not likely by any means, but relatively speaking, my numbers really, really liked Auburn. Probably would have been higher than 7% if they were in any other region than the East, facing a potential Sweet 16 matchup against UConn. Of course, Auburn didn't even make it out of the first round, lost to Yale. So for me, that was the big surprise early. As you just touched on, Jake, you and I have been talking for months now about teams that are going to be seeded outside the top 2-3 lines that have a chance to make a deep run. Alabama is not that surprising for me to be representing the West region. My numbers gave them the third best chance to win the West behind Arizona and North Carolina. So Alabama being there, not a huge surprise. Yeah, I will say NC State is a big surprise for me. And I know they won the ACC championship. They won, I think, 9 games in a row now. Jake, they had lost 4 straight games to end the regular season before playing in the ACC championship. Their coach is going to be fired by all accounts as soon as the ACC championship, the ACC tournament run is over for them. They go on to win the whole thing. It triggers his 2-year extension. Now here they are in the Final Four. My numbers only gave NC State a 36% chance to win their opening round game against Texas Tech. I had it at less than a 1% chance to make it to the Final Four. Here they are now, and they just continue to prove the numbers wrong. They're playing at a really high level. They're it's a team that has a lot of composure, compatibility. They're playing really well together, and it's certainly been fun to watch. Purdue's going to be their biggest test for sure here this Saturday, but you can't put anything past any of these teams now. They've made it here. Anything can happen in one game.
Kelley Ford on your radio. Make sure to find him on X at K Ford Ratings, KFordRatings.com.